Commissioner meetings are held on the third Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. All meetings are conducted at PRHA's main office, 3116 South Street, Portsmouth, Virginia, 23707, unless otherwise noted. All members of the public are welcome to attend. Madam Secretary, hold up 1 second. I got to read my other thing before I even do that. Got to stay on point here. For the record, I would like to announce Governor Northam Amendment 28 to House Bill 29 adopted at the Virginia General Assembly 2020 reconvened veto session, allowing boards to meet virtually during emergency declarations. The amendment provides that a public body may meet by electronic communication without a quorum of the public body or any member of the governing board physically assembled at one location. When the governor has declared a state of emergency and declared emergency makes it impractical or unsafe for the public body to assemble in a single location, and the purpose of the meeting is to discuss or transact business statutorily required or necessary to continue operations of the public body. An emergency declaration was issued on March 17, 2020, under Governor Northam's Executive Order 53 due to the coronavirus COVID-19. As a part of the order, temporary restrictions were placed on restaurants, non-essential businesses, and all public and private in-person gathering of 10 or more individuals were prohibited. Portsmouth Redevelopment Housing Authority Board Commissioners, January 21st, 2021, virtual special meeting will be using Microsoft Teams to facilitate the meeting. Madam Secretary, roll call.
Commissioner Edward Barnham. Commissioner Miriam Jiggets.
Present.
Commissioner Sean Prince. Commissioner Rita Roberts.
Present.
Commissioner Renee Wicks. Vice Chair Bruce Lalonde.
Present.
Chair Davy Smith.
Present. All right, thank you, Madam Secretary. Commissioners, before you have the minutes from December 17, 2020 meeting, is there any unreadiness?
No, and I make a motion that we approve the minutes as submitted.
Second.
Motion probably second. Madam Secretary? Madam Secretary, we now have Renee Wicks on the call. Commissioner Wicks, she's on the call now. I mean, in the meeting.
I am. Thank you. Sean Prince said he can't make it.
Okay, thank you. Madam Secretary, you got the roll call for the, you got the call for the approval of the minutes. She on mute.
Renee, good to see you.
You too, Vice Chair Lalonde.
How you guys doing, folks? I'm sorry I had so much trouble getting in.
Hey, Rita, Commissioner.
And that.
You're on mute, Ms. Jackson.
Feedback.
Sorry.
You got the floor, Madam Secretary.
Okay.
To vote for the minutes.
Okay. Commissioner Edward Barnham. Commissioner Miriam Jiggets.
Yes.
Commissioner Sean Prince. Commissioner Rita Roberts.
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Wicks.
Yes.
Vice Chair Bruce Lalonde.
Are you voting, Bruce?
Yes.
Chair Davy Smith.
Yes. All right, our next item is old business. We gotta go on closed session for that, right, Mr. Brown?
You can if you want to.
That's personnel. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Huh?
You can refer, but then, yeah. You can refer to closed session, then you come out of closed session,
Yeah.
then you take action on it.
Commissioners, I have to read this statement. Let me find it real quick.
Well, Let's
go to closed session, we'll go to development. We
We'll
do
go
both
to
at the same
development,
time.
yeah, do them all at one time. You can just, go
Got
down.
you. We'll do development first. Got you. Okay.
Do new business.
No, do business first.
Got it. No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
All right, we're going to new business. Resolution 2121, resolution selecting the Benign Group LLC as developer and partner for the development and redevelopment of public assistant housing with the city of Portsmouth. Philip Page, you got the floor, sir.
Well, actually, it's Dolores Adams.
Oh, I apologize, Ms. Adams.
Uh-oh.
That's right. I apologize, Ms. Adams.
That's okay.
Hey, look, I'm just thinking development. That's what's in my head. I'm sorry. I love the glasses too.
Well, look, after we get through this, if it is approved, then you will definitely be hearing from Mr. Page about these people.
Gotcha.
But first, I'd like to say good evening again in case commissioners weren't here when I first said hello. We're here to ask your approval for the award of 2 contracts for developer partner. One is item 2021-01 and the other one is item 2021-02. They're both for the same solicitation. So we issued a request for qualifications for PRHA development partner back in June for a partner to help us in the development and or redevelopment of low-income public and assisted housing communities. In particular, we were interested in someone if we decided to do RAD, mixed finance housing, or other type of HUD or non-HUD housing programs. And as you know, RAD is one of HUD's latest development programs that converts public housing to project-based vouchers communities. So with this new development and the developer partner, we will apply for low-income housing tax credits and other equity and debt funding sources so that we can modernize or replace our existing low-income public and assisted housing. And we will also have a developer partner that will assist PRHA in the development and financing of new mixed income, mixed use housing, both rental and home ownership. The RFP was advertised with EVA, which is the state electronic procurement website, and on our PRHA website. Over 400 firms received the packages, and the proposals were due back in July 9th at 3 o'clock. We had 7 firms that provided us qualification packages. They were the Benoit Group from Atlanta, Community Housing Partners from Richmond, Dakota Partners Incorporated from Waltham, Massachusetts, the Hanson Company from Richmond, the Michael Development Company LP from Camden, New Jersey, TRG Community Development LLC from Chicago, and Walter Cooper Development from Columbus, Ohio. Due to the nature of the solicitation, I do want to say that the Benoit Group is a minority-owned group. Dakota Partners is a small business, and the Hanson Company from Richmond is small and minority. Due to the nature of this solicitation, our evaluation committee was Edward Bland, Elisa Winston, and Philip Page. They reviewed the proposals from the offerers, and we also conducted interviews with the 4 top-ranked firms. And a decision was made to award to 2 firms that would meet the needs of the authority based on timeliness, experience, and financial position. The Benoit Group LLC and TRG Community Development LLC were selected as the most qualified firms to serve as our developer partners. Both of these companies had extensive previous experience. The Benoit Group has worked with RAD, utilizing both new construction and rehab. They've worked with the low-income housing tax credit program, mixed income and mixed use projects. They developed over 3,300 units of affordable and market rate housing across the country for housing authorities and private developers. They're currently working with housing authorities in Georgia, including Atlanta Housing in Fulton County. In Illinois, to include Lake County and Champaign Housing Authority in Birmingham, Alabama with Birmingham, and they're working with a private developer in Raleigh, North Carolina. So they are definitely what you would call a nationwide company. And TRG Community Development also has extensive experience with tax credits, RAD, other HUD and private financing programs. They have developed or own and or managed over 115,000 residential units. They are working with the City of Norfolk Economic Development currently in partnership with a local nonprofit to develop some, do some mixed use development in Norfolk. They are also working with the Richmond Redevelopment and Housing Authority with some of their housing redevelopment. They are currently also working with the Little Rock Housing Authority. They've changed their name though to Metropolitan Housing Alliance. So they have been, they have extensive experience across the country also. So based on the selection criteria that was established by the procurement department and recommendations for our evaluation committee and the references, it is recommended that the authority accept the BOC Group LLC and TRG Community Development LLC as our developer partners.
Commissioners, any comments?
Commissioner Jiggets has her hand up. Can you see that in the?
I can see it now. Yes, ma'am. You got the floor, Commissioner Jiggets.
Thank you. Director Adams, did we, because you know I'm very partial to making sure we have responses locally. In addition to minority participation, do we have any companies locally from Portsmouth that responded to this RFP?
No, ma'am. The 7 that are listed are the 7 that responded.
And we posted it on our website, correct?
Our website and with Eva, and once we posted it to Eva, it also went to the Builders and Contractors Exchange, which is where a lot of contractors and developers get their information. We also sent it to some developers that contacted us. They had found out about it. They wanted some more information, so we sent it to them.
Okay, tell me again what the acronym EVA stands for, please.
EVA stands for Electronic Virginia. It's the Commonwealth of Virginia's electronic procurement system. Anyone that wants to do any business with a state agency must register for EVA. So by doing that and by using that as our system, we have reached more companies and businesses and individuals and firms than we've ever reached before, just by placing an ad in the paper. Because the Commonwealth has use of all types of goods and services in construction.
Okay, and this is my last question, Chairman Smith, to Director Adams. Is there an opportunity for us to advertise our contracts on the City of Portsmouth's website? Do you know?
I don't know. I can find out about that. I
Okay.
do know that the City of Portsmouth also used EVA to advertise their solicitations, but I will find out. I don't know.
Okay.
Other than EVA, I'm not sure what system they use.
Okay, and I did have one more question. Did you also advertise in the New Journal and Guide?
No, ma'am, we did not.
Okay, I would also recommend that that's an excellent avenue to reach minority businesses also. For future reference, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, anything else? Oh, quick, Vice Chair.
Yeah, Ms. Adams, I was impressed both with the Benoit and the TRG group that you really went out and made sure that they had proven experience with RAD. I thought that was very, very good, given that that's one of the areas that we're moving to with this organization. I thought it was very visionary that the three of y'all went after those groups, and they have proven experience. One more nationally, TRG, of course, being close right there at Richmond. So very good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, we were looking for someone that was included in our solicitation, someone with experience with those HUD programs.
This is good stuff. I'm excited about it. Tell you that much. All right. So you did both together, Dolores?
Yes, I
Did you combine
did.
both? Okay, okay.
Vote on each
All
one.
right, yes, sir, we will. Commissioners, before you have resolution 2021-01, resolution selecting the Benwan LLC as a developer partner for the development and redevelopment of public and assisted housing with the city of Portsmouth.
I make a motion that we approve resolution 2021-01.
Second.
The motion probably second. Thank you. Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jiggets,
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts,
Yes.
Commissioner Wicks,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lalonde, Vice
Yes.
Chair,
Yes.
Chair Smith.
Yes. And approved 5-0. All right, Commissioners, before you have resolution 2021-02, resolution selecting TRG Community Development LLC as developer partner for the development and redevelopment of public and assisted housing in the city of Portsmouth.
Motion to approve resolution 2021-02.
Second.
Motion and properly second. Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jiggets,
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts,
Yes.
Commissioner Wicks,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lalonde,
Yes.
Chair Smith.
Yes. All right. Before you have reports, December significant activity reports, Mr. Blaine.
Commissioner, your package with the December significant activity report. I would like to bring your attention, I know that our accounts receivables are going up somewhat, but keep in mind, they still have the eviction moratorium on, and because of that, and they have extended it now to March the 31st. So you probably will continue to see an increase in delinquent rents, but also we are reaching out to all the residents that owe money to PRHA, to the housing authority. We're going door to door. We're going to bring them in. We're going to sit with them and fill out the forms so that they get the rent assistance that the government had made available.
Good.
Beyond that, that's, unless you have some other question about the significant activity report, I just wanted to point out the accounts receivable piece.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Yeah, I've just got a couple comments, observations, not just if the other commissioners didn't see it, but housing rent is at 82%. That's the lowest it's been in at least the 4.5 years that I've been on the board. Understand COVID, understand financial situations, but I'm always, since I'm focused on finances, obviously it's going to start impacting the finances because we got to pay, but we still have to pay the light bill. So just know that our hands are tied because of the eviction rules. But getting to 82%, there's going to be a point where it's going to start. We're going to have to start eating unrestricted funds. Miss Carol Thomas, is she on, or Mr. Bland? A comment. I looked at the past 6 or 7 significant activity reports, and the Housing Choice Voucher Program, which is kind of the Section 8 program. I've seen that we haven't done any annual inspections. Is there a requirement that we do annual inspections of the Section 8 landlords on an annual basis? Okay. Or are we on just a holding pattern because of COVID?
Carol?
Can't hear you, Carol.
I'm on. Can you not hear me?
No,
No? How about now?
better.
Get
Much
better.
Better? Okay. I'll just lean into the mic. HUD offers us the option to either do annual inspections or biannual inspections. So with the COVID that had come in, we were doing self-certification inspections for the initials. We're beginning to go in and do the actual initial inspections now, and we're starting to do the biannual. So we elected to do biannual inspections instead of annual. So you're not seeing that we've done any annual inspections for 2020 because that's when we were beginning our biannual inspection process.
And I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's just, I always like to head off that comment that at civic league meetings I go to, that they always say, hey, the problems with our neighborhoods is the Section 8 and housing choice voucher homes. And I always go back to them and say, hey, we have a very tight inspection policy for those landlords. And I know we do. So I always like to make sure I'm talking truth and just make sure I got the right facts in my back pocket. The last comment I had, Ms. Adams, I've just got to congratulate you and your team there. I saw where the Men Giving Back group gave 50 bicycles to Dale Homes. That's fantastic. Thank you. That's a great thing for them. That's something we don't get a lot of press about. But when you see kids that really need the help, and we all know bicycles during this period of time, you couldn't find a gosh darn bicycle. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you. I'll let the staff know.
Great job.
Chairman,
Yes, ma'am, go ahead. Commissioner Jacobs.
Plan, as they talked about the Section 8, maybe you would like to share with them what occurred with one of the residents and how you interceded on the issues that they were having right before Christmas with their heat.
Well, we had a resident had a heat issue. I did reach out to the resident, and the landlord did take care of that situation. And we're still working with that particular landlord and tenant on some other issues. But she was very pleased that we did help her to in a heating situation. And like I said, she has some other issues, and we're working on those issues with the landlord at this time.
Thank you for sharing that.
All right, the next order of business we have, we want to December significant activities. Executive Director's comment. You got the floor, Mr. Blaine.
Well, Commissioners, as I said earlier, we thought that the moratorium was going to end January the 31st, but it's been extended. We have a new administration, new president, new administration coming in. So at this point, we don't know what's going to be the hot buttons for the housing authorities for 2021. I'm sure that I'm hoping that they come out with some, as Vice Chair London just said, I hope they come out with some additional money that can assist housing authorities during this time that our rent collection went down on. So that I'm sure they'll be looking at that. We will continue to follow the protocols for the COVID. We got staff teleworking. We got staff alternate days coming in. We're trying to keep everybody safe here at the housing authority, as well as our residents. We're trying to keep them safe too. Maintenance is responding to work orders. We don't have any outstanding work orders of not meeting the needs of our residents. That's being taken care of. I know that we have had some increase in some negative activities in some of our community. And let me just say, we have a relationship with the Sheriff Department, the Police Department, and they are responding to those particular issues. And I will say that 99% of what you see going on in our communities are by non-residents. They are not the residents that live in our property. They are non-residents that come on our property. So we're constantly issuing no trespass notices to folks who are coming on our property, creating what I call a negative activity. And also we do encourage our residents to keep their eyes out, become good neighbors, and to build that relationship with the local law enforcement people when they see something negative going on. I met with a new liaison for the housing authority, I see, we have our alternate on the web, on the stream now, but I met with both yesterday, and, so we're looking forward to working with our new liaison, from the city council, Councilman Batter and Councilman Barnes. We welcome you, and, we look forward to working with you. And we have some great things we want to talk about in closed session on some stuff that we can do with, to move the housing authority further along in 2021. With that, any questions?
Again, department update. That was in that too.
That was in the,
Okay, cool. Commissioners, any comment?
I've got a couple, three.
Vice
I've just got a couple, three. Mr. Bland, about 4 or 5 meetings ago, we brought up about a personnel policy or a new draft of some policy, and we were supposed to review it. And I'm just wondering when it's going to come back up as an action item.
It should come up as an action item. I'm hoping to bring it to the board either I'm gonna say April at the latest.
Okay.
Bring it to the board, once, the board committee look at it and make whatever recommendations, and then hopefully have it to the board in April.
I had the pleasure of going by Lexington Place. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful facility. The team there that Mr. Bland has put in place, that their offices at the community center, just, man, I got to tell you, you got to have roller skates to get around that community center. That is one nice looking facility. Miss Adams, I'm looking to see what great things you're going to be putting in there for the residents at Lexington. But I'm sure we've got 10 families there. I know we're going to have 72 by the time it's all done. But I got to tell you, that is going to be a flagship property here for the city of Portsmouth.
Absolutely.
I appreciate what Mr. Bland has done out there. Councilman Barnes, just a couple comments so we can beat our chest here. With the leadership here, and you've seen some of the team. This Portsmouth Redevelopment Housing Authority is doing just great things. We've done the renovations of Dale Homes. We've got the properties going on at County and Effingham. We've got the Lexington Place. Most recently, because of properties that have been sitting dormant for decades here with Portsmouth Redevelopment Housing Authority, Mr. Bland and his team, Philip, have worked hard and have recently turned over $700 to the city. $700,000. $700,000. Oh, my fault. So
the 700 is like too much.
Yeah. So Councilman Barnes, when we ask for a few dollars back, just give us a little leeway if you don't mind.
I'll give you the 700 back.
Okay, we'll take it.
I'm talking about the $700.
And then lastly, we haven't been able to meet face to face with council in a couple of years, and we really would like that opportunity to tell our story about that goodness that we're doing for those folks that are disadvantaged here in Portsmouth, have the challenges they do, because we've got some tremendous social programs, we've got some tremendous educational programs, we got some, in addition to the housing and development program, which we'd like to be able to show off. I mean, city always needs good news, and that's all we've been doing is good news here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Let me just add something. Really, I want to give all the credit to Lexington, to Elisa and Philip. They really put in all the hard work for what you see at the new location at Deep Creek and Columbus and Deep Creek and Frederick. Without the hard work of Elisa and Philip, we wouldn't be where we are with that.
Here, here.
I have a question. I'm getting 1,000 questions from people. Does Alyssa or when will the next round of applications be going out for Lexington Place? Or do you know?
We're not sure yet. We have to exhaust the existing wait list. When we opened it up, I guess it was about maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I want to say we got close to maybe 3,000 applicants for 72 units. So we have to exhaust those, and then once we exhaust those names, then we can open it back up to others.
It's a
Thank
problem.
you.
You're welcome.
We really can't build them fast enough. We really can't.
That is true.
So just to piggyback on what Lisa, but 3,000 applications. So that list probably not open up again, at least it'll be 5+ years from now.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Any other
it's
commissioners?
bad.
It's time to build some more properties.
Any other comments from any other commissioners? Okay, all right, and just to back up on what just took place yesterday, there has been an executive order on advancing racial equity in support of undeserved communities through the federal government. So that's on the upside because that's part of the folks that we serve, the underserved. So that's a great thing to get that executive order going. So I'm pretty sure it's going to deal with economics, jobs, just level the playing field. When you think about that word equity, it's fairness in every situation, not equality. It's the difference between the two words. People get them twisted up sometimes, but fairness in every situation. So that's a big thing for the field that we work in and we serve in as well. And Happy New Year to everybody. This is our first meeting. Happy New Year. It's going to be a process, a great New Year. We're going to beat COVID and everything else too. And there are all the comments I have. Do we? Yes, sir. I was about to say that next. Do we have any public speakers? PRHA allows up to 5 minutes to speak. Ain't got nobody on standby. Do we got anybody going once, going twice? Come. All right. A resolution to meet in the closed session, resolution 2021-03, resolution of intent to meet in closed meeting. Whereas the Virginia Freedom Mission Act provides that the Board of Commissioners can meet in a closed meeting for personal matters as set forth in section 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia as amended. The personnel matter is the discussion of the executive director's evaluation.
Contract extension.
Contract extension.
Yeah.
Let me edit that real quick.
Yeah.
Contract extension. And another item which is dealing with development. Whereas the Virginia Freedom Mission Act provides that the Board of Commissioners in a closed meeting for the discussion of the disposition of public held real property, discussion of an open meeting would adversely affect the bargaining position or negotiating strategy of the public body as set forth in section 2.2-3711A3 of the Code of Virginia as amended. The matters for discussion are the disposition of the real properties located at Prentice Park, Trucks, Churchland, Old Town, Crawford, Parkview, Southside, Mount Herman, West Haven, Victory Crossing, and Sugar Hill. Now, therefore, it be resolved that in compliance with the Virginia Freedom Mission Act, above referenced sections in the Virginia Code, the Board of Commissioners shall reconvene in a closed meeting on January 21, 2021, for the discussion of a personal matter pursuant to Virginia Code, section 2.2-3711A1, and discussion of disposition of real properties pursuant to the Virginia Code, section 2.2-3711A3. Okay. What we're going to do development first, and we'll come back around and do personnel. So that way it'll just be us when we do personnel, the board.
Does everyone have the link to go into the session, closed session?
I think so.
Yeah.
You got the link, Vice Mayor?
Yes, I do. I do have it. Thank you.
We have a lot of things on order, but it can't be fulfilled because.
Okay, so.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do we vote?
Oh,
Yes, we do. Go ahead, Rita.
we did vote.
I move that we accept the resolution to go into closed session.
Second. Commissioner Jiggets, second.
Just 3 seconds. Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jiggets,
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts,
Yes.
Commissioner Wicks,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lalonde,
Bruce?
Yes.
Chair Smith,
Yes.